start learning and upskilling yourself. In aviation, you're always upskilling when it comes to your profession because the aircrafts would always get technologically advanced.
Better.
एक तरीके से आप इसको blessing in disguise भी बोल सकते हो कि I learned it but I learned it the hard way. इसीलिए कोई और इस जर्नी से ना गुजरे. मैं चाहता हूँ that people should start and they should cover themselves up. So when we're talking about covering themselves up, the moment you get your job in aviation, especially for aspiring pilots, trust me guys, when people say that we don't have time, it is all just a matter of how badly you want it. According to me, is a loser who has fallen and hasn't risen back. Because I have had sleepless nights thinking about how would my EMIs be getting paid. Because once you're at a level and you're earning some amount of money, as a pilot does, the amount of money that you would be spending on medical bills for your family and for yourself eventually, ये बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ी से बढ़ रहे हैं आगे आने. इन्फ्लेशन इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ी से हो रही है. एंड वंस यू हैव अ फाइनेंशियल बैकअप दैट इवन इफ आई लूज माई जॉब टुडे, at least for the next 1 year, I wouldn't say good enough money, but itna tha कि I could run my own show. So why only fitness industry? Because that was the only thing that I knew back then.
Welcome to Golden Epaulettes podcast by Pilots for Pilots. So earlier we told you we were talking about the 3 F's of flying. We spoke about his journey quite a bit. Now getting on to a bit precarious of a topic which does impact every youth, every individual, be him or her, be a pilot or not. It is about the finances. Captain Varis, back to you. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Well, you earlier said your life's all about summed up into 3 F's: flying, finances, and fitness.
Yeah.
This finances bit I'm very intrigued about.
All right. So as far as the finances are concerned, I learned it the hard way in COVID, and as most of us would have. I mean, even if you look at the numbers, the people who have started investing in stock markets and mutual funds, etc., after COVID has gone up exponentially, because people have learned that you need to have some kind of a backup plan if the things are not going according to what you've planned.
Especially in a job like yours.
In our job, yes, which has a higher risk element associated to it, which has the geopolitical tensions, or let's suppose a war is going on anywhere in the world, the fuel prices would skyrocket.
Yeah.
And the major part of the cost of an airline, more than 50%, is the fuel. So if geopolitical tensions arise anywhere in the world, the airlines start bleeding money.
Right. And as a pilot, you don't really fit anywhere else apart from the cockpit, right?
Absolutely.
As far as skills are concerned.
So skills are concerned, yeah. So the only thing that we know is flying our aircrafts. That's it. So as far as now to cushion you from any ill effects of geopolitics, or let's say the airline is not running a good business, or a COVID-like situation happens, or a recession happens. So how would you protect yourself? So what I would recommend to all the aspiring pilots, and even the pilots who have not yet started or who are very laid back when it comes to finances and managing them, it's high time that we should consider having a backup plan and a plan B when things are not going as per plan. So I learned it in COVID, and I started learning about the stock markets, and I started learning about the mutual funds and investing. Although I am not myself a trader, but I do invest for long term, and I stay invested in companies, and which has helped me a lot. And the kind of freedom mentally that you get once you have
a secondary income going.
On, and once you have a financial backup, that even if I lose my job today, at least for the next 1 year I am comfortable. That is still okay.
I have food on my table, my bills are paid.
Correct.
And all that.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that will be a very different level of satisfaction.
Absolutely. You have no idea.
I don't actually.
The kind of comfort and the kind of because I have had sleepless nights thinking about how would my EMIs be getting paid, because once you're at a level and you're earning some amount of money, as a pilot does, your expenses are also in a similar fashion. It's not that
Yeah, I agree. You get comfortable in that lifestyle, you know?
हाँ, तो उसके बाद I took so how did I start learning about stocks? COVID में I had ample time when I was laid off. So 3 months for the initial layoff period, for 3 months Emirates was keeping us over there in Dubai. So that was the time I started investing and learning in about stocks. I bought a course. मैंने उनके बारे में सीखना शुरू किया, और फिर धीरे धीरे जब इन्वेस्ट करना शुरू किया, and now it's been 4.5 years, and I've seen my portfolio grow by leaps and bounds also in some of the stocks. So एक तरीके से आप इसको blessing in disguise भी बोल सकते हो कि I learned it, but I learned it the hard way. इसीलिए कोई और इस जर्नी से ना गुजरे. मैं चाहता हूँ that people should start and they should cover themselves up. So when we are talking about covering themselves up, the moment you get your job in aviation, especially for aspiring pilots who are the only breadwinners in the family and financial background is not that great, I would suggest them to take life insurance or a term insurance the first thing you get a job. And the earlier you start, the better it is, because your premiums are always low when you start
you're
early. When you start early. So do cover yourself up, because you are the only one who is earning bread in your family. तो उस केस में वो हो गया. और start learning and upskilling yourself. In aviation, you're always upskilling when it comes to your profession, because the aircrafts would always get technologically advanced.
Better and advanced only.
ठीक है, and you'll have to upgrade your skills. That is not an option. वो तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. Airline ही करा देगी आपको. How about your, I mean, other skills that you can upgrade yourself? Please keep on doing it. And trust me, guys, when people say that we don't have time, it is all just a matter of how badly you want it.
I agree.
ठीक है. So
You make time.
if I am a fitness fanatic, तो even if I have done a 13-hour work day, I still end up at the gym. So before sleeping, I've worked out at 2 in the morning. I've worked out at 6 in the morning. So it doesn't really matter. So कितना,
have?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're the
So
ones who go to Anytime Fitness?
Yeah. When I was flying with Emirates, so no matter what time zone I am at, so I've done a 13 hours flight and straight away to the gym. So I've done that. So it's about how
I
badly.
have to stop you. How badly you want? I have to stop you. इसके पीछे motivation क्या होती है?
Motivation यही है. अच्छा, वो उसका भी background है. So I was 130 kgs at one point in time.
Okay.
ठीक है. And from that journey.
And that's.
Yeah. I have a picture. I can show it to you. So 130 kgs से I was so thin at one point. I was 62. So I had lost 68 kgs in a matter of 1.5 years, and I was malnutritioned. बिल्कुल ही, मतलब इतना बुरा हाल हो
काफी
गया था.
ज़्यादा variation
So
नहीं
I
हुई
am
आपकी
I
life
am
में?
I am the extreme kind.
It's quite an extreme, right?
Yeah, it is. So after that, now the problem is that once you embark on that journey and once you've tasted the obesity and the foul mouthing that comes along with it, people do that. So you are scared to go back to that.
Professionally?
Again. No. You're scared to go back to that weight and that image that you were carrying once upon a time.
In your head.
Yeah.
Also.
So call it that I'm petrified of being fat again or unhealthy again. So that is what keeps me motivated. So I need to look good no matter what I wear. So कपड़े पहने हुए अच्छे लगने चाहिए आपके ऊपर. बात खत्म हो गई.
It's a very, I think, Punjabi thing to say.
हाँ.
कपड़े पहने हुए चंगे लगने चाहिए थे.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. बंदा
जचना चाहिए था.
बीबा लगना चाहिए था मुंडा पे.
वाह.
हाँ, ठीक है. तो बस that is what keeps me motivated even today. And more so because aviation में you have to do your medicals every year.
Yeah.
So you cannot take that liberty
Right.
of not being fit. And वो तो आपके additional tests वगैरह करा लेते हैं. ठीक है. If you are a fat or on the fat side, आपके additional tests हो जाएंगे. हाँ, आपके additional tests हो जाएंगे. But again,
So I have something to ask. Sorry, I'm interrupting
Please,
you.
please.
No, I mean, this is a 6 months का time when आपने बोला कि 6 months नहीं, 6 years का time when you were a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Right? And अभी आपने बोला why is fitness important for
Yeah.
you as a pilot, etc. वो 6 साल में क्या आपने लर्न किया एंड व्हाई ओनली फिटनेस ट्रेनिंग व्हाई इज दिस द alternate industry you could think of for venturing in apart from flying and how has it been maintained until now?
Yeah.
So could you shed some light on that fitness
Correct.
aspect?
So why only fitness industry? Because that was the only thing that I knew back then. So मेरे को या तो flying आती थी या तो fitness आता था.
So you were an enthusiast
I was
always.
an enthusiast, always have been, and probably always will be. So yeah, so that is how fitness has been throughout my journey, a part of it, and foreseeable future में रहेगा भी. So that is what I aim for.
Understood. But 6 साल में आपको
The other-
फिटनेस ने 6 साल क्या ऑल द कंटिन्यूइंग इयर्स एज वेल आपको फिटनेस ने बिकॉज आप इन्हें अपनी कोर वैल्यूज में इंक्लूड करते हैं
Because that for me that is a stress buster. For me,
अच्छा.
yeah, it works as the entire days of work. एक बार once I go there and I am working out, I am with myself. That is the only time I can connect with myself. That is the time when I am doing and getting fulfilled the way I want to be.
wow
So yeah. So that is my zone. That is my time. Nobody is stealing that time away
that's
from me.
not your energy taking zone that's your energy giving zone
Absolutely.
oh
Yes.
wow
Yeah.
wish I could say that for myself but alas no well that lots to learn there lots to learn and those the 6 years you were a fitness trainer you were making good enough money and everything
नहीं, I wouldn't say good enough money. But इतना था कि I could run my own show.
run your own show
Yeah.
okay and apart from being fulfilling today
Yeah.
right fulfilling is one aspect how else do you look at fitness at
I look at it as my support system. So the only thing that I can probably fall back on is this. So if tomorrow I do not have this aviation for God forbid whatever reason, this is something that I can fall back on. This is something that can at least make my bills. I mean, I can pay off my bills with.
okay
So yeah, that can be, and emotionally, if I'm stressed, that is one place I can be. Mentally or work-wise, professionally, if I'm stressed, that is one place that I can fall back on.
right
So that's a major part of my life.
so I think with keeping a tab of your fitness means there's a wholesome approach you also keep a tab of what you eat you probably intermittent fast
Absolutely, yes.
and then you do weight
Yeah.
training and then you do enough cardio and all that
Correct.
because I'm not aware of any of these
everything.
things
So
nicely
so it has to be a lifestyle. It is just not कि आप जिम चले गए और हो गया, ऐसा नहीं होता
हाँ
है.
प्लीज इसके बारे में थोड़ा और बताइए
हाँ, तो जिम जाने के बाद what I am putting in my mouth, that is what makes the world of a difference.
Okay.
It is not just what I'm doing in the gym.
okay
So I am very regulated when it comes to my meals.
Right.
आपको वो भी मैंने बताया था मीठे के बारे में.
हाँ
So yeah, so it's 2 meals a day and a lot of protein intake.
wow and
throughout
that
the
has
day.
helped you in flying as well
Yes, it
your
does.
level of alertness,
Alertness
your level of fatigue
and I mean people like me, I seldom feel that I'm very very fatigued.
or
So-
on the other hand on the contrary जो आपके साथ फ्लाई कर रहे हैं
Yeah.
with a different lifestyle with
they-
the different sectors
yeah.
they'll feel a lot fatigued
They do feel
Is it
lethargic.
true?
A lot lethargic, a lot more lethargic. Yes, they do.
wow
So see, there would be a point in aviation when you would feel, because see, our generation, what we've noticed is we are not early risers. We cannot wake up early, and there would be times when for a week straight you would be doing all early morning flights, and that would be the test. So now when you reach the hotel or your home after doing a long day of work, let's suppose you reach at 4 p.m. After waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, you reach hotel at 4 p.m. Now you have to time your sleep accordingly, because if you go and fall asleep at 4 p.m., you wake up by 6, 6:30 or 7, then you cannot fall asleep again. You have an early morning flight again. How do you manage your sleep then? So you have to be very calculative.
and if you have exercise or some sort of regime factored in
Correct.
it's like a mental timetable
So
It
what
helps
is
you a
that
lot.
hormone called? Endorphin? That's the happiness hormone.
Serotonin endorphin
Yeah.
I
So
think you said.
I mean,
Dopamine.
fitness, dopamine. So fitness releases that as well.
Yes.
Once you go to the gym,
Yeah.
so that helps you go to sleep easily.
Right.
So that also helps in your aviation journey and the discipline that it brings along.
Right,
Because if you have to go and work out, I know मेरे को शाम को जाना है, that is the discipline that it gives you.
That I did notice something about you. You were here today before time. So yeah, I mean, I noticed that, and it's a saying that either you are on time or you're late. There is no before time. So you were on time. Yeah, that's again a pilot habit, right?
So so discipline is a major part that it has given me in my journey, and no matter what aspect of your life, if you're disciplined, you will grow.
Understood.
Yeah.
Consistency.
And discipline, both. Yeah.
Right.
So there are times when you don't feel motivated. So you won't be as motivated every day. So if you're flying also, no matter how much you love it, there would be a day where you're like, nahi yaar, aaj man nahi hai flying karne ka. That is when discipline and consistency comes into picture.
As long as you show up.
Yes.
Yeah. You believe in showing up.
Correct.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Any other advice for pilots out there who are beginning their journey, in the middle of the journey, who've had a fall, they want to get up again, anything of that sort?
Yeah. I mean, a loser, according to me, is not a person who has fallen. A person who, according to me, is a loser who has fallen and hasn't risen back. So you need to rise back. You need to rise up again, and just take every day as it comes.
Yeah, one day at a time.
Yeah, do not plan too much. ठीक है, because आप जब बहुत ज़्यादा सोचते हो ना फ्यूचर के बारे में, then you get a lot of stress. Just take day as it comes. और उस हिसाब से start your aviation and your financial journey and your fitness journey together. ये मैं सबको ही बोलूँगा, ये मेरे लिए नहीं है. All the more so for us because of the dynamics and the risks associated with this profession. हर एक को करना चाहिए, not just aviation, but हमारे लिए ज़्यादा हो जाता है because of the risky thing.
हमारे लिए ज़्यादा, थोड़ा ज़्यादा paramount है. I agree.
तो वही है कि शुरू से ही आप you start taking care of it. Take life insurances, take your health insurances apart from what your employer is giving you, because medical bills, the amount of money that you would be spending on medical bills for your family and for yourself eventually, ये बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ी से बढ़ रहे हैं आगे आने. इन्फ्लेशन इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ी से हो रही है. So just take care of that and think about it. Once you start your career, start thinking about it.
Yeah, that's really good insight.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Captain Varis. Thank you. Well, that was Captain Varis Arora for you, giving you the best of what he has learned in terms of 3Fs or throughout his aviation journey. I do hope you had some amazing pointers to pick up from this conversation. I for sure did, and would love to have him back if he would like it. But this was such an educational and such an enlightening conversation. I really am going to go and work on my fitness journey for sure. So this is me, Ronak, signing off. This was Golden Epaulettes Podcast. If you'd like to be on our podcast, like, share, comment, and let us know what you think of us and what more information you'd like on board.